Hello, darlings. We're just gonna see what y'all need to hear. See what's going on. Okay, we got psychic and good fortune. Wow. Okay, so it could be talking to other readers or other spiritually gifted people who are doing spiritual work. Okay. And there is something about this bringing in some money here soon. I've just heard like Olympic level. Olympic level psychic. What is going on? Tell me some more. We're going to clarify all this in a second. Past life and full moon. And then that past life has a full moon in the corner there too. Okay. I could be talking to someone who had a premonition about something that is coming true. You had a premonition about something a while ago. And I only say a while ago because of the distance between this big full moon and the distance of the full moon that's in this image. It feels like far off. So something that you foresaw coming is happening soon. And it has to do with your fortune, with money, prosperity, a prosperous mindset. And then we got the two circles here. And I almost view this as like a cat eye. Intuition. You're intuiting something. Okay, let's get some more details. Water. I just heard to like, if you have a chalice, right? Maybe change the water. I almost feel like getting water from a natural source. If you're very involved with water, okay? Maybe fill up a chalice with water from a natural source, a creek, something like that. Okay. I don't know why, but maybe that's been an idea you have. Maybe you already do that. Maybe that's not like suggestion for you. Let's get some more information here, okay? Spirit, tell me some more about this. What is coming to fruition here that darling, as it was foretold by the prophet, by the prophetess. I feel like a high priestess. Okay. I'm being told to pull from the top. Okay, I'm going to do that. Tell me about psychic. 10 of Swords. Good fortune. The Star. Past life. Page of Wands. Full moon. 9 of Swords. Okay, I feel like some of you could have realized something was going to happen before it happened. If it hasn't already happened, then this is a past energy. Like you knew something bad was going to happen and it happened. I also feel like someone didn't believe you about that. If you told someone and they didn't believe you, this is confirmation about that. And Spirit is acknowledging this because it may have planted some doubts in your mind. Tell me some more. Okay, let's clarify these. Tell me some more about the 10 of Swords. The psychic. Okay, Ace of Swords. You knew something was going to happen. 8 of Pentacles. Temperance. You knew something was going to happen. I feel like you warned someone. I'm getting Archangel Michael here. You warned someone, if you keep doing that, this is going to happen. I'm telling you. You got some clarity about this. And I feel like because you got some clarity about this, even though it may have planted some doubts in your head, you have been very persistent on staying empowered, staying aligned. You're transmuting this energy. That's why you were given this like premonition, was so that you could transmute it when it happened. Because people didn't believe you. People tried to make you feel like you were crazy about it. But I feel like something already did happen or is about to. And you're like, I told you if that keeps going on this way, this is going to happen. and you're having to transmute it as it's happening. That was the purpose of this, so that you could get more confident in your spiritual gifts, your intuition, any psychic mediumship abilities that you have that other people have just said, other people have downplayed. You've really, maybe before, relied on other people's opinions about it. It would make you sway and doubt your intuition, doubt your knowledge. But this specific situation, this premonition, you could have had a dream about it specifically with these moons. This specific situation was brought up so that you could face others' disbelief, transmute that energy while the situation is happening, and rise above it. So that you can say, like, I know I can trust myself. I know I can trust my intuition. I know I can trust my gifts. Okay? Let's see. Good fortune. Clarify this, the star. So this is like hope renewing. Again, you could have felt very hopeless or lost. Very lost when people didn't believe you about this, or when someone didn't believe you about this. It may have felt unbelievable. Okay? But I feel like you transmuting this situation, this premonition that you had, is the exact key that you need to revitalize your own inner hope and realizing your connection with the divine. Your intuitive. I almost feel like your connection with spirit is very innovative. So it's not like, it's very personalized. The way that you get information is maybe not like how other people get information. Your intuition works in a different way. And this is going to be innovative for you because you have some gift here, a divine gift that is meant for good fortune. Now that could literally mean money, making it a career option. Okay, I'm not talking about like, it could be anything. I'm not going to put my limitations on you about what good fortune can mean for you. Okay. But it's like you're connected to the source of wealth. You realize that it's a supply and demand energetically. And I feel like you're very innovative with how you implement this. And you can use it instead of just warning people about certain things or needing approval from others. Like, there's going to be people who then seek your approval because of the way you are innovative with your spiritual gifts, with your calling. They're going to seek you out. Okay? Tell me some more about this star, good fortune. Four of Cups reversed. Oh, you weren't wrong. You're going to hear that. You were right. I should have listened to you. I'm sorry I made you feel like you didn't know what you were talking about. You know more than what you realized. You were right about more than you realized. You were right about more than I wanted you to know. Okay. Tell me some more. The Hierophant. I'm telling you, people are going to seek you out. How can I do what you do? Because here's the deal. I feel like your intuitive gifts, maybe you are naturally inclined in them, but you have a way of teaching others how to get in touch with their spiritual gifts, with their own intuition, with their connection to source. You realize that what you have, although you experience and implement it in an innovative way for yourself, that doesn't mean that other people can't do the same. You're not someone who uses this as spiritual ego, right? You're not trying to make yourself be like, I have a higher connection to God than anyone else. You're not a cult leader, okay? You're not a cult leader. You're someone who innovates their spirituality in a way that says, I can also help you learn how to get in touch with that yourself. And here's the deal. I think what's amazing is that you're not seeking out people. You're not seeking out, you're not spamming, you're not promoting your content. You're not trying to push yourself into the faces of others. You're not saying, here, sign up for this, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not who you are. And there's nothing wrong with that if you are. I just feel like people seek you out because you are just so authentically raw in your essence that you realize that you don't have to like be actively seeking and reaching out. You realize that the people who are meant to be taught by you will find you. You're not recruiting. You're not recruiting. And that's what makes you probably one of the most trustworthy people to teach about this, because you're not recruiting. You're not trying to sell something here. But people will pay you for your knowledge. They will seek you out. And you're just like, I mean, I can... Here's the deal. I feel like you're so torn about this too, possibly, because you're like, I discovered this. Again, there's a lot of people who like made you feel like you were not in... You did not know what you were talking about. They tried to make you feel like you didn't know that your gifts were nothing. They would maybe intentionally try to like throw you off your intuition. Okay? They would toy with your intuition. Some people. With that 10 of Swords, that feels very intentional. 10 swords in the back, you can't tell me that was an accident. No one accidentally throws 10 swords in someone's back. Someone around you intentionally tried to knock you off your path, tried to make you question your truth, tried to make you question your intuition. I don't know why they did that. They didn't want you to know that you were more right than you think. And because of that, even though you are naturally inclined in your spiritual gifts, I feel like you felt very disconnected from that before. You have felt like you almost felt like you couldn't trust your intuition at some point. You've been so betrayed. So, like you felt like your intuition was proved wrong because someone was intentionally trying to prove your intuition wrong. Okay? So because of that, you've experienced both having a natural inclination in your intuition and your spiritual gifts and also being completely detached from them, feeling like you cannot trust them. So your growth in trusting your intuition and getting re-tapped into your spiritual inclinations here, you learned how to do that on your own. I don't feel like you've really sought out anyone either. Because you said, I don't know who I can trust. And I don't want to fall into a cult. So your spiritual path, your revitalization has been a very much self-made journey. It was your own path of finding your own divinity. So you understand firsthand that other people can get in touch with their intuition and their spiritual gifts, and everyone can do that. You understand anyone has the capacity to do that. So you're like, I'm not going to go out and like try to seek people to teach this to, but if people want help, even though no one needs help from other people, everyone can do this on their own. I will happily teach them how to do it on their own. And I feel like that's what's innovative about you. You're not trying to get some recognition. You're not trying to be like, I'm a divine channel, blah, blah, blah. Like you have to come to me to get messages from God. Like that's not how it works. Like you'll channel messages, but you're also like, but you can too. Like listen to your intuition. Do what's right for you. Follow your heart. Don't give your power away to other people. I feel like that's how you would navigate. And people want to invest in you because they understand you're not trying to get anything. Okay? Let's get this Page of Wands past life. What is going on with this Page of Wands past life? Queen of Swords. I'm getting the spirituality aspect of the Page of Wands being like the magic. A magic apprentice. You're a wizard, Harry. Okay. I don't know who would be the Queen of Swords. Female Snape, I'm not sure. I don't know, but someone tried to cut you off from your like natural spiritual inclinations here in the past. That's what that's clarifying. You had to get you maybe had a logical way of seeing things before because someone really cut you off from your excitement and ambition here. The Page of Wands, I really love it because it's ambition, determination, and the willingness to learn and try new things just because you feel like it. Doing things on a whim, but from like the heart of a child, the excitement of a child, like the eagerness and the mind of a child. So it's not trying to be the best. It's just like trying to have fun, like doing things because you want to have fun. But then that Queen of Swords is like a bitch ass mom who's just like, shut up and sit down. Kids are meant to be seen, not heard. Something like that. And if that's not an external person to you, we did get that in the reading, that there was someone external to you trying to do that, trying to shut down your spiritual inclinations, your intuition. But you could have actually adopted this voice for yourself in the past. So, because this is over the past life card. I feel like now you are, what Spirit is bringing to your awareness, right, is that you have the power to revise that voice from being someone that cuts you off from your dreams and your hopes and your goals. You have the ability to flip that to defend your dreams and hopes and goals, right? People say the Queen of Swords is like cold and kind of has firm boundaries, can just say no, is a big no girl. She's a big no lady. Like there's the yes man and there's like the no bitch, right? Queen of Swords is the no bitch. But that could be your energy towards anyone trying to cut you off from your ambition. Defending your inclinations, your ambition. I'm just saying, I'm not going to let anyone stop you. I will go to, this is like mama bear energy. I will defend my inner child. I will defend my inner ambition. I will defend my spiritual gifts. And I feel like you are flipping that script here. Anything else for past life? Four of Wands. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a mom in the past, but I just feel like inner union here. So a balance of masculine and feminine as well. But this is celebrating. Like, I will not let anyone ruin my... Now I'm seeing, like, the videos where the kid is trying to blow out their birthday candles and there's, like, a parent that blocks another kid from blowing out the candles, right? And I feel like that would be you. Like, stop letting other people blow out your birthday candles. Stop letting other people blow the wind out of... Like, knock the wind out of your sails. Like, you're just very much defending your peace, your foundation, your spiritual foundation, with the wands being spirit as well. And there being 4 of them. Okay, what's full moon and 9 of Swords? I feel like that's a conclusion to the anxiety and worry. Ugh, let's just throw the cards all around. Throw the cards all around. I feel like you're concluding a cycle of anxiety. Okay, tell me some more. Emperor. Most definitely concluding a cycle of anxiety. Most definitely getting empowered. I feel like a lot of, okay, I'm just going to speak my opinion here, okay? And this is someone who has dealt with anxiety so extreme in my past that I would have an anxiety attack just going to the mailbox to check my mail. I was very agoraphobic right after my daughter was born. Don't even get me started on having to go to the store or do anything outside of the house. It was a very difficult time. And I have waves where I have to talk myself out of anxiety to this day, okay? So I say this having experienced not ever wanting to leave my house and being so riddled with anxiety that I didn't want to even be alive. So I don't say this as someone who hasn't experienced it, but I feel like a lot of anxiety is rooted in insecurity, a lack of feeling firmly established in a sense of self, okay? And I feel like what is going to change this habit, this thought process, this mental experience, this emotional experience of feeling anxious and worried and unsure and unsettled is you really getting aligned and in tune with who the fuck you are, with that freaking Emperor. You saying, actually, I know I have spiritual dominion of myself. I know that what I say goes. I know that what I say for my life goes. I know that I can trust myself to handle anything. An emperor doesn't just sit on his throne and look pretty. He's got freaking shit to deal with. And you are more than capable. My candle is sparking right now. It just started sparking. Now it stopped, but it just sparked. So I feel like once you ignite that spiritual foundation, which maybe you already have, but this is getting a firm stance in your spiritual authority, dominion over who you are, establishing that for yourself, the anxiety is going to melt away. It will be fully illuminated, and you will realize I have nothing to worry about because I can trust myself to handle any issue that comes my way. I can do that. I don't have to stay up all night worrying about it. I see you, Candle. Jump in. Is it my spirit guides coming through? All right, tell me some more real quick before we close out this reading. The moon. The full moon. Hello. Literally clarifying that. The only thing that you haven't seen is your own sense of dominion over your spiritual authority, your spiritual autonomy. You rule so much more than you realize. And there's been people who have wanted to knock you off your throne. But the Emperor, the Hierophant, Temperance, you are divinely guided and protected. Your gifts are no joke. And yes, everyone can tap into that, but you absolutely are sent here to lead, to show people how to get in touch with that. And that doesn't have to feed your ego. You're doing this from a divinely balanced position. This is your path of destiny here. So this should be confirmation for someone. Your gifts are your path of destiny. What you see moving forward, that is meant for you. Don't doubt yourself. Do not replay the voice of anyone else in your mind that made you feel like you were stupid, that you didn't know what you were talking about, because they're going to come crawling back. They don't even need to. But let me tell you, mentally, you've already proved them wrong in a lot of ways. Now mentally prove them wrong again in your mind and set up those boundaries for your own mindset to say, I will absolutely not let anyone or anything disturb my ambition, disturb my sense of inner peace. I set a boundary with myself to not overthink that, to remember who the fuck I am. All right, I'm gonna leave this reading here. Then we have the sun there. The polarities here, balancing the masculine and feminine, night and day. A night and day difference. Wow. Okay, I hope that this reading was for you. Please let me know if this resonated for you in the comments below. I appreciate it. I love to hear it. If you watched this far, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It means so much to me. I love what I get to do, and I'm thankful to be able to read for you. Okay, I will see y'all tomorrow. I love you so much. Take care, and ta-ta.